Hello, long time no see, everyone who's up on my YouTube page. Uh, and man, just started to notice that I haven't posted a video in a very long time, and that's not. I have been doing a little bit. I mean, and the main reason why I haven't been updating is because I haven't really been doing anything interesting enough to merit putting it on camera. I've had a lot of tests that projects come up. I had HVZ for a solid week, so. I was mostly just working with HVZ guns that whole time, so I didn't really, I wasn't really doing anything that I thought was worth reporting. And I didn't even want to report about this blaster when I finished it, simply because it didn't really meet my qualifications for being that epic. But besides the fact that it works and that it looks kind of cool, it's pretty much your traditional kind of a longbow with half-inch PVC as the pole arms and some blue nylon rope being used as the rope. Essentially, what I really liked about the nylon rope, I was told it wouldn't work for some reason by some people that actually use steel threads instead. Is that I like that it's very easy to tie on because after you wrap it around here and do a knot, I can just shove the loose piece into here, pull it up through there, and then I can melt it all down and pretty much make it an unbreakable bond. So that's a pretty strong hold right over there, and I mean it's working. I don't know why I built this, because the purpose of it was to be able to fire streamlines. But even with this long tube over here, it only holds like 3 or 4 streamlines, and they don't feed very reliably into the thing over here. I've loaded like 9 or 10 Steffens into it, which I shaved down to save on space, and it fired really good with the Steffens. Even my pretty low quality ones. So I didn't know why it also, this whole thing with the 2T connectors, adds a lot more dead space and an area where you have to, like, it restricts the amount of area you can have for plunger tube. So I saw this design on Chainmail, man, and it looks so easy to make that I just had to give it a shot. And believe me, I definitely like this one. I think that there's definitely some improvements, although his I like, which has the elbow joint, which I forgot to get for raising this up a little bit to make it a little bit more accurate. But I'm not very good at aligning shit like this, so what I'm going to do for my next one is that I'm just going to get it's not like, it's sort of like a T-joint, except that it has another one coming out over here, and I'm going to use that to hold onto my pole arms, and I'm going to pretty much air seal these sections right over here as best as I can. Use his version of pole arms, because these ones are just way too bendy, which would be 1/2 inch CPVC and 3/4 inch CPVC, and probably just do everything exactly the same, except I'll just use like a hopper coming up at the end over here, which should make it pretty epic. I pretty much plan on whatever space I save on transitioning out of that, I'm just going to be adding into with more plunger tube, which worked really good for me. More plunger tube would work a lot better for this thing. It would be able to fire more reliably, and of course I'm going to use the same rope. This rope works pretty good. The one thing that I like the most about this one that I don't see very often is that I just have the duct tape pull and release thing, because when I was firing it with this holder here, it just kept on making my hands really sore. And I'm not very good. I make no claims to being very good at firing a bow. So I gotta be able to find a way to fire this properly. And this just gives you so much more contact surface for holding on to it. You can prime this thing back a lot further than if you're just holding it with these pieces over here, and you can release it a lot easier. Just pull and release. So I don't know why I don't see too many more of these. I guess I haven't really looked a lot closer. Can't really say anything. It's not really that much I can really be proud of. It's just a big wad of duct tape that fits around my hand easily that I can use for pulling back a bow. But it's going to be on the next one, and the next one there's going to be a better firing test. I don't really have anything loaded inside this. I'm going to do a comparison between the two of them when I build them. And hopefully I'll pick up all the parts that I need for doing a snap, because I mean, after I finish this, I really do want to get started on finishing the snap, because I ended up using the plunger head that I built originally for my snap inside of this thing. So there's that. Anything else of interest I've been doing? Modified the Rayven a bit more. As you can see, it's a little bit more pimped out now than it was before. It's got like a 20 ammo holders on the side. It's got, I don't know if I had a blowgun on it before. Didn't think so. I mean, it has the blowgun on there. It has a more balanced battery pack, because the battery's over here and the other ones are over here. So, you know, instead of just having all the batteries together over there, now you can actually pick it up. It's a lot more balanced. It's a lot lighter. And the best thing that I've done to this is that I've shaved off a lot of the portions of the jam door. I've completely removed the jam door, and I shaved off portions over there and over there. So now you can perfectly load inside darts on the go. It's as good. It has every benefit that the Quick 16 has, except that it can technically hold more ammunition, even though it's more balanced with only these 13 clips, and it accepts streamline. So, I mean, this thing is amazing. This is my favorite HVZ gun, and I mean, I'm going to be really hard pressed to find something that can replace it, which is why I'm really excited for the Elite Series, because my best blasters, the best things I can mod better than anyone else is reverse plunger guns, and if they're actually making them stronger, I'm an excited person. But yes, besides HVZ, class, and what little other modding I've done on the side, I've also gotten into a brand new hobby that I'm very excited about, and I've already enjoyed the fruits of my labors. And that amazing hobby is homebrewing. Yeah, look at this. I ended up getting about an average starter's beer kit from my brew shop around town, and luckily I also had this nice little cart here, so I can actually move it around without having to wobble it around like an idiot. This is my second batch right now, and what it is that it is a red ale. The official name for it that I got when I got the kit is a Nebraska red ale, which is traditionally would be a very mild and crisp red ale with a very low ABV. So I changed that. I decided that when I was brewing it, that the best way to make it a stronger, more full-bodied ale was to add caramelized sugar. And if you don't know, beer gets its alcohol quantities and a lot of its stronger notes inside of, an alcohol and flavor and sweetness. It gets it from a liquid malt extract, which is essentially like the thickest caramel you've ever seen, like the thickest malted caramel you've ever seen in your life. It is like it blows anything else that's really sticky out of the water. It's stickier than honey. It's stickier than caramel. I mean, you get any of that on anything, and it's like you gotta like practically lick it clean, because it takes forever for the water to get it off. But anyway, I mean, I took about 1.5 pounds of dark brown sugar, and I melted it down inside of a pot with some water and lemon juice, and I poured it into the wort while this beer was brewing. So hopefully when this thing gets done in about 1.5 weeks of its primary fermenting, it's gonna have a pretty high ABV. I'm hoping for at least increase it by 0.5%. It's probably gonna be more like 7.5, though I won't be able to tell you for sure, because I'm not very good at reading blasters' gravities. So I'm going to try definitely do that for the next one. And the ale that I made before, underneath all these empty bottles, because now I need a lot of empty bottles for the stuff I'm making, was a nut brown ale that I've actually started drinking now, because it's been aged. It's been aged enough to drink, but not aged enough for it to be perfect. It needs about another week. I've let a lot of people try it, and everyone's general consensus is that it was amazing. I thought it was pretty good. For a beer, it's definitely a very smoother beer. It's something that Something that was probably its biggest weakness was that it still didn't smell perfect, because you could still smell a lot of the alcohol inside of it, but you could taste it when you tasted it. It tasted really smooth and good, and it had those kind of rich malty characters that you would expect from something like a nut brown ale, but it still had that smoothness to it, and that's like the biggest thing I hear from everyone is that they liked the dark flavor and they liked how smooth it was, and it's been going really fast lately with people. So I mean it's very popular. So I mean if I might buy that kit again, but for the moment I'm content with this red ale, and I'm interested inside of getting new things. The one beer that I really want to try to make would be a chai porter, because I love chai tea a lot, and we have an excellent tea shop in town, and I have 2 ounces of excellent tea lying around, and I plan on boiling that down in about a pint, about a quart of water, the 2 ounces, until it's like I just extract all the flavor, and then pour it into my porter wort, and that's going to be a really dark, delicious, amazing beer. It's going to need a lot of sugar inside of it to counteract all of the all of the chai tea that's going down. But I mean, I'm very excited for trying it. And yeah, beer brewing has taken up a lot more of my time and interest, because it's something brand new that I'm getting into, and I'm it's like what little time I've had for modding guns or attempting to do so is been dedicated to this, and I think that everyone online will probably approve and say this is awesome. The next thing I might do is I'm modding some Vulcans for my HVZ's group my HVZ group, doing some community service modding for them, even though I didn't do anything wrong. But I'm gonna be cooking that Vulcan up and maybe doing a video. I don't know. I'm just really tired right now, and I just really wanted to get a video up showing what I've been up to. So anyway, there we go. That's about it. I hope everyone has a great day or night, wherever the hell you're watching this.